Malaysia's first astronaut says that allegations that he pocketed 1.2 million ringgit from giving talks about his space experience are untrue. A government committee set up to investigate claims that Dr. Sheikh Muzaffar Shukor, charged up to 8,000 ringgit per hour for talks, has cleared him of any wrongdoing. In Singapore to give a motivational talk to students, this is what he told the media.
Rumours, yeah?
Okay.
Which is, they find it totally untrue. Yes, the government has cleared my name.
On the 10th of October 2007, the 39-year-old orthopedic surgeon took off in a Russian Soyuz spacecraft and spent 11 days in space, visiting the International Space Station and conducting various experiments in space.
The main reason why people go to space is to conduct many research. So we Malaysians, we did about 18 experiments while we were in space. We brought cancer cells, we brought bacteria to space, we brought protein crystals to space, hoping to find a cure for many diseases. As an orthopedic surgeon, I'm very fascinated about bone cancer. So we brought some osteoblastoma, which is actually a bone cancer in cells, hoping to find a cure for cancer. But it's not ready yet. Once it's completed, probably in a year's time, we're hoping to share it with the rest of the world.
Are you still working on this research?
We do. We're still going to follow up with all the scientists. We work with the local...
personally, are you still working on this research?
Yes, yes, we are working with the scientists. We are working with the local major universities, especially University Kebangsaan Malaysia, UKM, and the results are very astounding actually.
Dr. Sheikh was picked out among 11,425 applicants for the Malaysian space program and underwent 3 years of training in both Malaysia and Russia before he set out for space. Part of his training was a 3-month crash course in the Russian language. He explains why he needed to be well versed in the language.
We use Russian language. Everything is in Russian, the notebooks, the buttons, the talks, everything in Russian. Everyone needs to know Russian before we're allowed to go to space.
You picked up Russian within 3 years?
Within 3 months, we had a very vigorous training in Russia. It's easy in Russia because everyone speaks Russian. So I think that helps you to master Russian in very fast speed.
While he is the 9th Muslim to space travel, it was the first time that a Muslim astronaut had some religious guidelines to adhere to.
We had a discussion with all the ulama all over the world, and Malaysia came out with the first guideline on how it is done. We still pray 5 times a day according to where we were launched from, meaning that we pray Subuh, Maghrib, Zuhur, Asar, Isha according to Kazakhstan time. To take our wudu, we bertayamum. To face the Mecca Qiblat, we just facing the earth. And praying is a bit difficult because everything floats in space in a microgravity environment. So we have to tie both our feet and make sure we pray in a normal manner, but we can't procrastinate for too long or else we start floating up.
While Malaysia's first astronaut received plaudits aplenty, there were critics at the time who said that he was nothing but a space tourist.
Well, I think people are confused to define astronauts and space tourists. These are two totally different labels given. Space tourists are those who went to space who pay their own money, 25 million US dollars. They only train for 6 months. They are not allowed to touch any single thing on board the International Space Station. When we train with the Russians, they acknowledge us as true cosmonauts. And we conduct many research and experiments. We are allowed to do anything possible to be in space. And we train for a year in Russia before training 3 years in Malaysia alone. So we are truly certified cosmonauts. So I do hope that people are aware on what's going on. It's totally different from an astronaut to a space tourist.
Dr. Sheikh's wife had just given birth to a baby girl on Tuesday, which was followed by his birthday on Wednesday, the day of the interview. Yet, Dr. Sheikh's head are filled with thoughts of space travel and says that given the chance, he would go back into the empty void of space again.
In a heartbeat, I will go straight. If they say, Sheikh, let's go to Mars on a one-way ticket and not coming back. Let's experiment on you going to Mars. I would do it. I love space. This is what my passion is all about. I would die for space.